President Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene have called it quits. They are Splitsville. This is one of the biggest breakups since Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and it's just as ugly. I swear to God, by the time this is over, somebody will have pooped in somebody else's bed. I'm not sure which one will do it, though. And here's what basically happened. President Donald Trump went on his Truth Social page, which he does, and he posted the following. I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman, in quotes, Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports, or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world as opposed to being the laughingstock that we were just 12 months ago, having trillions of dollars invested in the U.S. and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago, and so much more. All I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. President Donald Trump, he's basically saying, but basically what he's doing here is he's basically saying she's become a total Karen, and all she does, no matter what happens, she's just complaining, 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 complaining. But wait, there's way more. I mean, they're like way more. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance, unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen and women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I don't think Donald Trump's out there leading a normal life. I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. So now President Donald Trump has referred to Marjorie Taylor Greene as wacky and also a ranting lunatic. And this is just his first Truth Social post about her. They went from best buds to wacky lunatic very, very quickly. But wait, there's even more. He then went on to say, I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they too are fed up with her and her antics. And if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican-hating anchors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So President Donald Trump has thrown down the gauntlet, and he has exorcised the Marjorie Taylor Greene demon from his MAGA camp. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene responded, but before we get to that, let's review her episode of The View, where she was very buddy-buddy with all of these women who we know all suffer from Trump derangement system. She was way more cordial with Sunny Hostin and Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar than I think any MAGA hopeful was hoping she would be.
Well, I want to talk about MAGA voters who believed that the president made promises like lowering grocery prices on day one. Right now, grocery prices, inflation is up, soybean and cattle farmers are on the verge of bankruptcy. Millions have lost their food stamps and are about to lose their health care, while we're watching $40 billion to bail out Argentina. What is going on?
I don't know. I am so America first. I feel like I live it and breathe it. And that's my district, and that's what people want. They are so tired of their hard-earned tax dollars being sent overseas to foreign wars and foreign aid and foreign causes, while life in America just becomes more and more unaffordable. We want this money invested at home for our infrastructure, for programs, for our people, and most importantly, for my children's generation and their children and their children and generations to come. And I have to say, that's what I've campaigned on the entire time. Everybody's like, Marjorie Taylor Greene has changed. And I'm like, oh no, nothing has changed about me. I am staying absolutely 100% true to the people that voted for me and true to my district. And I am so angry when I drive around my district to all these beautiful little rural small towns. And there's manufacturing plants that are crumbling from decades of lost industry, small businesses that got shuttered during COVID lockdowns and COVID shutdowns. And you want to know something else, Whoopi? So many veterans that went over and had to fight in some war that really had nothing to do with where they were from or their hometown, and their lives and families' lives have been so affected. So for me, I am unapologetically America first, and I'll do anything I can to work hard to save this country.
Maybe you should become a Democrat, Marjorie.
No, I'm not a Democrat. You want to know something? I'll say this. I think both parties have failed.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people think that she has become a Democrat, and one of them is, well, like I said, President Donald Trump, who mentioned that she has gone way far left, even doing The View. And as you can see, it was a very cordial back and forth. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not one to sit down and be quiet. She responded to President Donald Trump, and she did so on X because, well, she doesn't have her own social network yet. Maybe one day she will. But she went on X and wrote, President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently, this is what sent him over the edge. The Epstein files. And of course, he's coming after me hard to make an example to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astounding, really, how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out, that he actually goes to this level. But really, most Americans wish he would fight this hard to help the forgotten men and women of America who are fed up with foreign wars and foreign causes, are going broke trying to feed their families, and are losing hope of ever achieving the American dream. That's what I voted for. I have supported President Trump with too much of my precious time, too much of my own money, and fought harder for him even when almost all other Republicans turned their back and denounced him. But I don't worship or serve Donald Trump. I worship God, Jesus is my savior, and I serve my district, Georgia 14, and the American people. I remain the same today as I've always been, and I will continue to pray this administration will be successful because the American people desperately deserve what they voted for. For me, I remain America first and America only. So we're starting to see a glimpse into what exactly the issues are that Marjorie Taylor Greene has with President Donald Trump. We know the Epstein files. She's been fighting for the Epstein Transparency Act since day one. We know that she's signed on to the discharge paper to have these files released and to force a vote on the floor, as did Lauren Boebert, who was ushered into a meeting in the, not just in the West Wing, but in the Situation Room, as is Nancy Mace, who's been fighting for victims' rights for a very long time, signed the discharge petition, and was also asked to come speak with President Donald Trump. She wrote him a letter. Apparently she didn't. Apparently she was too scared. Apparently she was too scared to go see him face to face. But a couple of the other things, foreign wars, the Iran bombing, Donald Trump's stance with Israel and supporting Israel in their war against Hamas. There's a lot of issues that Marjorie Taylor Greene has come out against Donald Trump on and against MAGA. And as it seems now, there's a split. It's either MAGA or America first. And Marjorie Taylor Greene says, I've not changed. I've always been this way. I'm going to be honest with you. She's always been one of my favorite representatives to watch. One of the most entertaining. I mean, we all remember, don't we, when she brought X-rated photos of Hunter Biden into the congressional hearing, when she had actual, pee-pee pics, as we'll call them. Look, this was the news. They actually had to put a black box over this whole thing because it showed a very, very graphic photo of a naked Hunter Biden in some kind of sexual position with his, manhood all there and erect. It was all, and this is in Congress, but of course she wanted it in the record, and man, she got it. She also famously wore the mask that said Trump won around the Capitol building back during COVID when, we were all forced to wear masks. We weren't forced to wear ones that said Trump won. She just did that on her own accord. I can't imagine she's gonna be wearing this mask anymore. I mean, first of all, COVID's over, but second of all, like I said, their relationship is Splitsville. There was, of course, rumors that Marjorie Taylor Greene did want to run for Senate, and Donald Trump told her, you're not going to get the votes. There was, of course, a rumor she wanted to run for governor of Georgia, and Donald Trump again told her, you're not going to get the votes, and that's probably true. In Georgia 14, which is a rural, very red, very Republican district, Marjorie Taylor Greene is very popular. And I imagine she'll still have the votes, and she'll still have the popularity, and she'll still have the backing of the people in her district to send her back to Congress. But when you are somebody who is, or was, or I guess is, as MAGA as Marjorie Taylor Greene was, getting the support of the entire state of Georgia is much more difficult. Unless, of course, you become a little softer, a little more moderate, and you move a little farther to the left. And maybe you could do that by, I don't know, going on a show like The View and bad-mouthing conservatives?
I think there's a lot of paid social media influencers. And I found it very interesting that they were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid, and they all attacked me when I announced I was coming to join you ladies on The View. And I think that's very weak and pathetic. But when I talk about weak Republican men, I'm pretty much talking oftentimes about the leadership in the House and the Senate, and they're not getting our agenda done.
And when you start attacking the leadership, like the Speaker of the House of Representatives, like the Senate leader, it appears that maybe you don't care about running for governor or Senate. Maybe you've got a bigger prize. And maybe the reason President Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene are fighting isn't because she disagrees with him, but because she wants his job when he's done with it in 2028. If she really wants to be president like Donald Trump is, she should read my book. It's basically the handbook on how to succeed like President Donald Trump, written by somebody who's been studying and interacting with Donald Trump and his campaign and his family for the last 10 years. It's called Go Trump Yourself, and you can get a digital copy downloaded immediately. Plus, you can also get the audiobook read by moi. And you can get all that just for the low, low price of $24. Go to gotrumpyourself.com or click the link in the show notes and it'll take you right there. Go Trump Yourself. Get this book today. You can start living like Trump tomorrow. Maybe I should send a copy to Marjorie Taylor Greene.